All right. What's poppin', YouTube? It's Monday. We're over here living the dream. I got some updates to share. Again, we'll try to focus on the main three things that matter in the market, which is SPY, NVDA, and Tesla. Everything else doesn't fucking matter, right? I mean, if those are moving, the markets will be moving. It's pretty much the summary of it all. So, back to this 1 hour chart. I just streamed this bitch yesterday, so just to rehash out what's going on in SPY. You can see we gapped up to start the day, which was great. Again, we assumed we were going to open up and go bullish. So this is fantastic for me and all my long delta plays that I have on. I did take in some profits, but not all because there could be more upside. But as you could see, this VPOC was tested, essentially. And look where price got to and backed off at, to a T. So that's why I use those as targets. Again, I mentioned buying some 575 calls, 585, 590 calls, I believe, in the prior videos, because these will act like magnets. So now that this was hit, we have to remove this one, basically, or I'll just leave it, just because it didn't fully trade it. But, you know, again, nothing's exact. We can go look at the profile of this one and see where it tagged. So it, like, almost hit. You could see that I have it tagged. See how the next one's up here? So, again, if this keeps going up, we should definitely just keep trucking right up to here. Or, again, 590 that I've been screaming, you know, 590s to 600 area is going to play a big role in SPY, SPX, or what have you. So, again, a gap up. We closed basically at the top of the value area today, which is bullish. So we gapped up. They tried to push it lower twice today, actually 3 times. 1, 2, 3. There was a double tweezer bottom here, and price said nope. Buyers just kept pushing it up. So again, the trend is still down on the daily, but this is the start of the uptrend. You know, we could dick around here, for example, and make we could mess around in here, and then start to make a bear flag here. So this could be like a rising wedge pattern, where price could rise up and then just shit the bed. So that could happen at any moment. But the VIX has melted. If you go look at the volatility, again, VIX is basically coming into support now. So is it going to just hang around here like it usually does, or are we going to get some news? It's going to bounce off this and head back higher. I don't know. But again, I'm net long still. I took a lot of profits in today for sure. I had a great day today. Or what have you. Finally, the longs, you know, worked and came in, essentially. So I'm still long. I have a few different accounts I run. I'll start to share more as the stream progresses and see what the heck comes of it. But again, bullish SPY, and essentially we have to see what happens. So the week is young. So again, we have our levels marked. We need to stay above this line. And then basically we could draw the next fib in the sequence, which would be around like here. So we would want price to respect this area now. We can get rid of this to keep it clean. And then, you know, we have this uptrend line that it broke, of course. So now we have this. So now what we could do is to connect these dots. Just connect the dots. That's all we're doing here. Trading is so easy. I'm just kidding. All we're doing is artwork. Here we go. Dot connecting. So if we connect that low with that low to that low. So here's our new uptrend line. So in theory, price should pull back and not go below this. If it goes below this red line or this uptrend line, that's bearish, not bullish. But again, we have a VPOC here. Just like price gravitated to this one right here on March 7th, price could gravitate to this one here on March 13th. I don't know. That's what we're going to find out as days go on. Usually the shittiest day to trade has been Mondays. You know, for 2025, I saw some flyer. So again, this is a good Monday. So now let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA also gap up and go. But again, it's not out of the woods yet. NVIDIA has this uptrend line that it broke, and it's not above it yet. It's got this other new trend line a bit steep on the 1 hour. But NVIDIA's still got overhead supply, overhead resistance to get above. And it's still in a sell signal, not a buy signal. But again, it's got to reverse somewhere. On this 1 hour, NVIDIA is doing a bull flag. You could see if you mark the flag like this, up, over, over. You see that move? That's called the bull flag. So we should get a continuation of that higher. Of course, nothing's ever 100% in markets, but that's what I'm seeing should play out. If that doesn't play out, then that tells us, hey, maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe this. So, that's market generated information. When what happens doesn't happen, whatever you want to call it. If you have this idea and it should happen and it doesn't, then probably the opposite's happening. So therefore, you can be prepared and set up for that. But NVIDIA, 1 hour chart. Again, we have a new high here now made. It broke this high. It's got not above this high, so still in a chop. But again, we're making higher lows. We have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and potentially higher low, which is bullish, not bearish. But again, this is a 1 hour chart. Doesn't have as much weight as the daily chart, which is still in a downtrend, and we're right at resistance. So again, a lot of stocks could now stall up here or get a little bit higher. Again, on the SPY, I'm thinking 58, 5,900. I don't know why I'm thinking that. It just seems like it makes sense. But we may not even get there. Maybe this is it. We hit our head and we roll back down to 530 or break down low, which would not be good. But if we get below here and hold, that's another great buying opportunity to just add in more longs that you've already maybe accumulated down and through here through the sell-off of your favorite index or your favorite name. So again, NVIDIA, what have you, NVDA, NVDA, you fucker. Let's see what you're going to do. But right now, again, it's kind of, we need more information. We need more days. Tesla, everyone's favorite. I knew this was going to rally, so I'm long this, and I'm pressing it mostly just to, against that, Waltz guy, whatever his name is, the president or vice president, I don't even know who they are. They're all hiding in the rocks. But just because that guy is ultimately short, he's not even short, he's just a bitch, but that makes me want to press it because, Tesla's not a car company, so let those dumbasses do what they do. Anyways, I don't have a vendetta here. I'm not buying this just because of Tim. I'm buying this essentially. Again, we had this line from the last video, so this finally broke. We can't trade this breakout because it happened before, overnight. So this is where the market opened. So you could have chased this. But again, I was already long. So now Tesla, again, we have a low, we have a higher low, so that's the start. And now we have a nice leg up higher. So it's starting to get above its, moving averages on the 1 hour. It's still got to get above the 200. But again, this is the start of a bull up move. But again, a lot of these stocks could easily, if Tesla rolls over, it should hit the 115 area and then hold. And then that would be a great buying opportunity. It should not go any lower than that, but maybe it wants to hit 75 or 60, 65, 70 area right there. This area or this area I have marked. So if Tesla breaks this low at 225, you bet your bottom dollar that fucker is going to 150 or lower, 100%. It's just how markets work. Once the supports or what have you, the human, whatever, the fractals, it's just how it works. So again, Tesla's breaking out. Everything basically rallied today. When you're short and you're wrong, you cover. That's what creates the rally, and that's what we're getting. Now, we did have some decent, volume here today too, but again, there could be a lot of shorts that are covering, like liberals who, don't even know how to trade, but, they know how to complain. Alrighty, so there's what I'm seeing on Tesla. If we go ahead and look at the Qs, again, the Qs are going to be stronger or weaker because it's just more tech, higher beta names. Mags, this finished up 3%. But if you look at these names when I go through them, a lot of them are going to have the same pattern where they were consolidating, going sideways near their lows, and then they had a gap up. So consolidating, gap up, consolidating, gap up. Mag 7, consolidating, gap up. Obviously, these are all kind of the same trade. Correlations go to 1 when shit hits the fan. But again, they all be highly correlated because they're all, same shit. So this is mags. This is semis, which semis gapped up, but again, it was not strong today relative to mags, but it's still bullish. Topped, big gap up, closed at the highs. This is a little bit more diversified with having a financial, which is Buffett, and then Facebook is a what do they call that, communication stock. But again, top, gap and go. You kind of can see everything's kind of the same. XLK, the top tech stocks, gap and go. XLC, gap and go. So they're all kind of twinning. Financials, gap up, but financials were already kind of stronger, building their low. Healthcare, I think I want to still short the shit out of UNH, but I'm not sure yet. But here's healthcare, didn't gap or nothing, but a different type of sector. So again, this was already somewhat strong relative. And then consumer discretionary, which is basically just Amazon and Tesla. Let's be honest. These other fuckers, nobody gives a shit about Home Depot or McDonald's. Oh, shit. So, yeah. So, and there's just my weightings. So, yeah. So, there's the main players, like I said. But, I mean, big day. I mean, the biggest sector today was this one, which is probably Amazon and Tesla, mostly on the heels of Tesla. Let's go look at Amazon. Amazon, big day. What did it up? 3.5%. Tesla up down here on the right, almost 12%. So, yeah. So, the reason why... So, this is what I use these for, because this tells me what's moving. And then, okay, what made this move? What's under the hood? And then you can break it down to see exactly, okay, healthcare was strong, but why? Financials were strong, but why? Or weak, but why? And that's what I slowly, uncover as I go from the broad index and sectors down. These are the high beta names, or the names everybody loves to trade, or what have you. So there's Palantir. I was long this one. I came in with I got assigned 200 shares on my calls. So I was in from 90 strike. I took those in at like 94, 94.50 today. Hit my stop because we gapped up and then we were selling off, as you can see right here. So we gapped up and my stop was hit like right around, this area, right around here with this tail. It took me out and then went back up to test highs, but not much. So I left $2 on the table at 200 shares. Who the fuck knows what that math is? I'm dumb, but whatever. It is what it is. I still had a gain. But yeah, again, with this market, I'm, until the longs get more established right now, I mean, you're just picking your spots. You got to be. I am establishing some longer term plays too. Of course, I have many accounts that I trade with different systems or different strategies, hold times or what have you. But yeah, my swing accounts, I'm taking some longs off the table because again, it's a swing account ringing the register. These aren't 18-month, 2-year, 1-year holds I'm doing over here. Again, if anyone else has their favorite stocks they want me to cover, I could cover them if it matters, if they give a shit. And I will open up more trade ideas, with guarding stop losses, entry and exits, so we can do postmortems on the channel and come back up and dissect them. I just have to get organized so I know what I'm sharing, so I'm not, fucking it all up and wasting everybody's time, which I'm working on. So then I'll be able to do market analysis videos and then overlay some option trade ideas and then stock and, share trade ideas, ETF trade ideas, and then also do a postmortem of, hey, we stopped out or, hey, we hit our target. So then I could just do updated videos that'll come up in here, for each one. So I'm going to do the playlist of, hey, here's the market updates. These will be here. Hey, here's the trade idea updates. So then we'll just label them. I'm going to clean these up. But again, if anyone has any tips, tricks, or suggestions on some thumbnails ideas, how to name them, I'm going to do some more research. But again, the goal for me is a journal with YouTube and, connecting, making money off subscribers or ads or whatever the fuck. That's like a byproduct, essentially. So again, I'm no whiz on this stuff. But anyways, tips, tricks, or suggestions, holla. If we look at interest rates today, interest rates, closed near their high, not much movement, where again, bonds dropped. And we've talked about this, going up or down. Inflation scare right now is what the market's thinking. Before it was a growth scare. We'll see where this ends up here in the next, weeks and months. The dollar, just rotating. Don't really have an opinion on that. I am long the dollar though with Forex, short euro and short pound. And I'm short gold, which is just being a pain. Here's Bitcoin. I'm long this. It's working out well. Just like I'm long stocks and indexes, I'm long Bitcoin, and that's working. Commodities, I don't have a bias on yet, but these look like they could break any moment higher, which would not be good for inflation. This is mostly oil. I'm also long Brent crude. Brent BNO is how I'm expressing it, and also with some futures. So here's my alert here set. So I'm already long this. If this continues to go higher, I will just keep adding shares because this will probably hit 33 or higher if this is the bottom and we go up here. So if this is going up, that's also not going to be good for the economy, probably, if higher oil's on the table. This is at the 200-day moving average here. And look at, that's why I follow these. because look at right where price stopped, right at the 200. So again, this looks a little precarious. Maybe pull its head and pull back, but this also this also looks ready to head higher. On the heels of oil, if you look at the commodities today or what have you, look at which one was green. It was oil. Here's Japan. Here's China, basically Brazil, but mostly just China. I'm short still. And then here's FXI. It looks like it's going to break down. China just loves to just pump and dump. China's stock market is like your favorite meme coin or altcoin. It's very volatile, but over many, many weeks and months, it goes fucking nowhere. I mean, look where it's at. It's basically at its mean. It came all the way up here. It came all the way down. This is stock market. This isn't a crypto or a shit coin or, a meme coin. And then goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And now where it's at. So basically, this is just one you want to swing trade because, again, it goes nowhere. When it gets up here, short it. When it gets down here, it just mean reverts back to its mean, which is like 30, 40 area. So again, China, maybe it's this time is different, but again, that's historically, it doesn't do shit. Brazil's looking good. I want to buy more Brazil, but I want to see what's going to happen here. A lot of these currencies, the emerging markets will move off the dollar. So it does depend on what this little fucker does versus what those are going to do. So if this hits its head and rolls over, the emerging markets should all go up. If this hits its head, pulls back, and goes higher, then all these emerging market rallies will fizzle out on the dollar rallying strength. And then we'll see what happens to Bitcoin and gold as well. But again, I'm short gold, long oil, energy, and a few other things I'm long and no other opinions. But anyways, tips, tricks, suggestions, again, holla. If not, good luck trading out there. Manage that risk. Talk to you guys later.